Hello, my friends, and welcome back. My name is Nick, the lead agent on the Tartan team, and this week we've got another video highlighting a local builder here in Clark County. This week we're looking at Holt Homes. Now, Holt is one of the most well-known names, not just in Clark County, but really throughout the Pacific Northwest. Since their founding in 1982, Holt has grown to be more of a regional builder. And so they build all up and down I-5. They might even have a few sites in Idaho. I don't know off the top of my head. But Holt was founded in Vancouver, Washington. And so the heart of their business and operations was right here in Clark County soil. They have been building for a very long time. They know the Pacific Northwest extremely well, and they've got a fantastic reputation for quality and craftsmanship that really just fits the Pacific Northwest vibe. Now, in the past couple of years, Holt was acquired by a much larger company called Sekisui House based out of Japan. I think that this is an amazing acquisition, both for Holt's clients as well as for the future of Holt as a company. Because here's one of the things. When you are a local builder and you're trying to scale and do hundreds of homes every year, well, you really need to have detailed, refined processes in place in order to best serve your clients, the people that are building homes with you, as well as to keep everything smoothly running, because managing multiple hundreds of homes, that is not an easy job. So, Sekisui House is actually the largest home building company in the world. They have acquired builders all over the world, and they are known for creating some of the best systems and delivering a phenomenal product. So, in Sekisui House acquiring Holt, they really said, hey, we love what you're doing. We love the brand that you've built, the style of homes, the quality that you're known for. What we want to do now is come in and support so that we can help you scale so that there can be a continued excellence of quality, but that you're able to build even more homes each and every year. And since that acquisition has gone through, well, Holt's growth has been absolutely explosive. It seems like anywhere that Clark County is growing, Holt is there with not just one, but multiple communities. Whether that's that you're looking out on the east side in Camas, Holt has one of the biggest projects out there called the Glades in Green Mountain. That's something that they've already been working on for 4 years, and they've got at least another 2 or 3 years of phases that are planned in that beautiful community. And then if you go out onto the west side where there's Ridgefield and Salmon Creek, well, Holt has all kinds of great communities that they've been building out there as well. So really, no matter where you're looking in the Clark County area, Vancouver, Battleground, East, West County, Holt more than likely has a neighborhood for you. And kind of like the new tradition feature that we did in the previous video, Holt does a great job building homes for multiple price points. The homes that they're doing in their community called the Glades at Green Mountain out in the Camas area, well, those come with actually some of the highest standard features that I've seen of really any production builder. Things like having quartz countertops, not just throughout the kitchen, but also throughout all of the bathrooms. You've also got upgraded baseboard trim that's nice and thick and chunky. You've got full wood-wrapped windows. You've got laminate flooring that extends throughout most of the main living areas on the main floor. Anyway, they just do a really great job on those higher-end homes, giving you a lot of wonderful included amenities up front while still being able to offer these homes at a very competitive price point. They're going to be right in line with some of the high-end new tradition offerings, but I've seen lately at least that their price points have even been a little bit lower, perhaps owing to the fact that they do have a larger economy of scale because they are a higher volume builder. But on the other side of the spectrum, Holt also does a mix of townhomes and duplexes or smaller single-family homes on slightly smaller lots that are more affordably priced in those mid-4s to low 500s. You can find a really high-quality Holt home in certain spots in Vancouver or Battleground that are right in there at a much more affordable price point. And like any builder, especially in this market that we're in 2024 with high interest rates, Holt is always competitive when it comes to the incentives that they offer for their homeowners. And so that's definitely something that is a neighborhood by neighborhood deal, what they offer. But as we work together and meet with Holt and looking at different neighborhoods, that's definitely something that I'll get you detailed information on, exactly what incentives are available and what you would need to do to qualify for those given incentives. Now, when I think of Pacific Northwest housing and elevations, for some reason, Holt just always comes to mind. They have really nailed the Northwest craftsman style of elevation or exterior look on a home. They do just a really, really nice job in the aesthetics of their housing. I love their architectural finishes. They have great mix of incorporating stone and hardy plank siding, whether it's that you like something that's more of a farmhouse, or you like something that's more of a contemporary or modern look, or you really just want that craftsman style home. They do all of it, but in a very cohesive way that has kind of that signature Northwest feel. When you drive through a Holt neighborhood, you can really feel it. Like they all just have a very complementary style. Now, don't confuse complementary style with being cookie cutter. I've not really driven through any Holt community where I've felt like this is a very cookie cutter, sort of everything looks the same. No, I find that they have a great variety of floor plans. They do a good job in the way that they design their community so that you don't have really similar looking houses that are right next to each other or across the street from one another. They do a great job in the community planning so that there is a lot of beauty as you drive through. They're also one of the builders that I've seen consistently prioritize making sure that there's parks and green spaces. I've mentioned that Glades at Green Mountain community a few times, and they've got an awesome community clubhouse and even a pool that's all included in the HOA fee, which at least for that community is very reasonable. It's around $70 a month. And they try and do little things like that in all of the communities that they build. Now, not every community is going to have a pool, but it does seem like they do a good job of creating these gathering points for the people who live in the neighborhood to be able to get together. And I really appreciate that because it does emphasize having more of a community feel among the people that you live nearby. Really appreciate Holt's thoughtfulness in the way that they design their communities. And I think that the Sekisui House acquisition is really just a win all around. It's great for Holt because they're able to build more homes, but even for you as the homeowner, I think that having the processes from Sekisui House implemented into Holt as a company only serve to benefit you. You get much more realistic timelines on when your home will be completed. There's greater standards and quality control, both for your home and the rest of the homes in the neighborhood. And because those processes are so efficient, it also means that Holt is able to offer you a really, really great value on a very high quality home. And anecdotally, I've just been really impressed with all of the people that I have gotten to work with at Holt. I've worked with several of their on-site agents who are a lot of fun to interact with, great personalities, really helpful. I've had really good follow-up, which I appreciate as a buyer's agent working with builders when the on-site representative is truly helpful and engaged and follows up quickly. That's something that I'm always paying attention to. But also as I've met with superintendents and assistants on the job site, I've been really, really impressed with those people as well. Construction superintendents are not always known for being the most friendly and extroverted people. Oftentimes, a construction superintendent sees you as the homeowner as a threat to them because you bring a lot of scrutiny over their work. But that's not been the experience that I've had with Holt. The superintendents that I've worked with there have been really encouraging of homeowners reaching out to them directly if they have any questions or concerns throughout the entire build process. So all around, they've been a builder that I'm really impressed with. I think that you're only going to continue to see them grow throughout Clark County. I think that they strike an incredible balance of very high quality homes at a really reasonable, affordable price. I think that their communities are beautiful. They put them in really amazing locations. You can find them all over Clark County and at a variety of different price points. So big fan of Holt, definitely give them high marks. Now, what are the downsides of Holt? Well, one of the things that makes Holt very different from, let's say, a New Tradition that I highlighted in a previous video is that with Holt, they already pick the lot, the floor plan that's going to go on that lot, and for the most part, they pick out all of the structural options that are going to go into that home that they're building on the lot. And once all of those things are finalized, that's when they finally make it available for sale to you. The downside to that is that if there's a particular lot in a community that you love, but you need a specific floor plan, well, there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to get that floor plan on that lot. And they don't allow you to put the plan that you want on the lot that you want. You really just have to hope that they have a lot you like with the plan that you want on it, because there's really no other way of making changes. And similarly, when it comes to then the structural options, if you need things like a fourth bedroom added, or you want a full bathroom on the main floor instead of a half bath, or just anything like that, window placement, window sizes, those are all structural options that Holt picks out. They don't give you the options to choose those kinds of things. Now, in my experience of working with Holt, they do a great job of adding a lot of wonderful structural options. I don't find that there's very often things that are missing that most homeowners would want. And they're also strategic, again, about why they put certain plans on specific lots. And I understand why they put specific homes on specific lots. Sometimes it just has to do with lot fit and that certain plans only make sense on certain lots. A lot of the time, it just has to do with creating an aesthetic variety throughout the community. But the thing to keep in mind is that with Holt, you are entering into the purchasing process once the builder has picked up permits to build a very specific floor plan with very specific structural features on that very specific lot. There's nothing that you can do to make changes there. Now, they do give you a lot of options for personalization. They have a design studio consultant that you'll work with to make all of your interior design selections. They do have a lot of flexibility when it comes to how you want your bathroom, and if you want a large walk-in shower or a tub. Of course, those things are floor plan specific, but there are a lot of ways still that you can personalize your home so that when they hand you the keys at closing, it really does feel like a home that you designed. But unlike other builders that allow you to enter into the process in earlier stages before permits have been applied for, Holt, again, to keep everything streamlined with their processes, they don't allow you to make any decisions until they've picked up the permits. That also means that the time from when you go to contract on your home to completion is much shorter than it is with other builders that give you more options when it comes to structural decisions. Because Holt already has the permits, they're ready to break ground pretty much as soon as you go to contract on the home. Sometimes they've already begun construction on it even before you have gone to contract with it. And so their build times tend to be in the 4 to 5 month range from the time that you go to contract to the time that the home is completed. And often it can be even shorter than that. So if you are looking for new construction on a shorter time frame, well, that could actually be a real benefit to working with a builder like Holt, rather than going with somebody that you'd have to get in much earlier in the process, but then wait 6, 7, maybe even 8 months from contract to completion. That's really the only thing that I can think of that might steer you away from Holt, though, is just the inflexibility when it comes to house plan on specific lot and structural options. As long as you can get past that, I think you can get an amazing home. And like I said, at a really great value. You'll have a lot of fun being able to personalize it. It'll be in a community that I'm sure you're going to love living in. And I just trust, based on the experience that I've had, you will really enjoy working with Holt's team. They've done a great job assembling wonderful people, and I do love the reputation that they have here in the Pacific Northwest. I expect that I'll have a follow-up video to this at some point in the near future here, as Sekisui House has been doing some really innovative things on the construction side, and they're going to be using Holt as the first builder in the Pacific Northwest to roll out their Shawwood product. Shawwood is a Japanese wood and construction style that is really beautiful, really unique. It's very different from kind of the stick-built way that we build homes. So this is just a teaser to kind of whet your appetite, to remind you that if you want to learn more about Shawwood and the latest and greatest in building innovations, that's all the more reason why you got to subscribe to the channel, give this video a like so that you don't miss it once that new video is released. But for now, I would love to hear what you think about Holt, what your experiences have been with them. What questions do you have that I didn't answer that you'd like for me to follow up on? And if you want to learn more, want to learn about specific communities or incentives that may be available to you, well then go ahead and get in touch. All of the links to contact me are in the description below. I would love to work with you, love to share more that's specifically related to your housing search. So look forward to talking to you soon. Again, we'll be back with more videos, more builder highlights, more on what makes Clark County, I think, the best place on earth to live. Thanks, y'all.